I'm Johnny Smith and this is the new Seat Leon Copa. So, what is the Copa proposition? Well, it's an exciting new range from Seat that's launched under the banner of everything upgraded except the price. Copa is the Spanish word for cup, as in trophy, and these cars represent the cornerstones upon which the Seat brand has been built. 1. Sensible pricing. 2. Generous levels of kit throughout the range as standard. 3. Value for money, appealing to the savvy consumer wanting to make their cash go much further on genuinely useful spec items. Perhaps the best news about the Copa products is they incur absolutely no price increase over the cars they're based upon. Nothing. The S Copas directly replace the S Emotion trim with no price changes at all, and the SE Copas are also level with the SE. Seat really couldn't have made this much more simple, and with great customer offers in Q2 to sweeten the deal, it's a no-brainer. On top of the free kit, worth up to £1,045 on the SE, there's £1,000 off the RRP and 0% finance available. Leon has widespread appeal. Some of the most successful versions are the hardcore FR and Copa models, as well as the ultra-low CO2 Ecomotive. But most of the sales in this segment go to models in the middle, where value and price is what matters most. So Copa is just what Seat needs to raise the game here. So there's no price increase and the cars look like fantastic value within the Seat range, but that's nothing if they're not up to scratch against the competition. All customers will have a slightly different opinion on what they like and what competes with what. But the Leon sits in the most competitive market sector, going up against the best-selling models in the UK. Good luck, Leon. The Renault Megane Dynamic is practically on par with the Leon SE Copa RRP, and it gets sat-nav, albeit a glorified TomTom. However, it does have to make do with manual air conditioning and it doesn't have parking sensors. And this simple sat-nav means that there's no DAB audio options, which is not very future-proof, is it? Not really. Now the Focus has just been refreshed with an all-new model, aiming to up the ante with technology, design and performance. Ford will sell you a Zetec 1.6 Ti VCT for about the same price as the Leon SE Copa 1.2 TSI, about 50 quid to be more precise. Both have 105 PS and represent pretty much the middle of their respective model lineups. The Focus gets Bluetooth, ESP and 16-inch alloys, but it goes without sat-nav, climate control, rear electric windows, auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control or parking sensors. That's a monumental amount of missing kit, something like £2,000 worth. And it's a similar story with this Astra exclusive. The 1.4 100 PS model like this retails 200 quid less than the Leon, but the gap in equipment is even larger. As well as missing out on all the equipment the Focus lacked, the Astra doesn't come with fog lights, Bluetooth, or even alloy wheels. Hello? What year is this? 1989? Hawk-eyed viewers may notice that this particular car has some of those items bolted on, but they're actually all cost options, over £2,000 worth, and that's just to get close to the Leon SE Copa's spec. Looking at the S Copa, it's a similar story against the big boys. An entry-level Focus Edge is 200 quid cheaper than the Copa, but it misses out on over 1,500 quid's worth of equipment, including alloys, climate control, cruise and fog lights. If we strip this Astra back to completely standard spec, it would still cost £500 more than the S Copa, and it would suffer a serious equipment deficiency. No alloys, no alarm, no Bluetooth, no climate control, no fog lights. But there is one thing that the Astra does have that the Leon doesn't, and it's a front armrest. Where do I sign? Peugeot has been pushing hard with this 308 Envy special edition. It's very well equipped, comes in at £400 more than the S Copa petrol with a 1.4 VTI 98 PS engine. But even this can't match the level of kit on the S Copa. It's got no climate control, no cruise control, no alarm, and no steering wheel controls. Envious? No, not really. Don't forget, these comparisons are based upon the recommended retail price, so with £1,000 off and 0% finance on the Copa cars, they represent very strong value indeed. Come with me and let's look at the Copa specs in a bit more detail. It's not as if the Leon SE wasn't well equipped enough as it was, with cruise control, dual zone climate control, front and rear electric windows and 16-inch alloys as standard. But the SE Copa takes it to a whole new level, adding a feature-packed SEAT media system and a few very convenient extras to boot. These days, it isn't hard to pick up a portable sat-nav from TomTom and the like, so you'd expect a built-in system to offer plenty of additional features to justify what can be a higher price. The Leon's media system doesn't disappoint, and in fact it's now part of the standard spec for the first time debuting on the SE Copa. The core navigation function is clear and easy to use, with a choice of a 2D or 3D view. Map data comes preloaded in the unit's memory, and the whole of Western Europe is included, perfect for that summer holiday drive into France or Spain. The car also receives live traffic updates over the TMC radio channel, which you can browse through to check your route or set the sat-nav to automatically redirect you around a jam. As the name media system suggests, you've got plenty of ways to play music in the Leon. DAB digital radio is included on the top of the usual FM, giving you superior sound quality and on-screen detail about what you're listening to. If you prefer to set up your own playlist, then there's a basic stereo jack as well as USB port and SD card slot, the latter two allowing you to flick through folders and tracks on screen. The USB port can connect to an iPod as well, using the relevant accessory cable. Bluetooth is also included, allowing you to make and receive calls with the phone never leaving your pocket. What's more, Bluetooth audio streaming is also available, so you can play music through the stereo completely wirelessly. Perfect if your rear seat passengers want to control the tunes. Rear parking sensors make backing into a tight space a much more confident affair. The Leon system engages automatically with reverse gear and counts down the distance to an obstacle from 1.5 metres, flatlining with a cosy 20 centimetres to spare. Taking care of another job for you are the rain sensing wipers, which swing into action whenever rain hits the windscreen. A cluster of LED sensors behind the windscreen monitor the screen for water drops and turn on the intermittent or constant wipers depending on the intensity of the downpour. All you have to do as a driver is set the sensitivity to your liking. Another onboard sensor controls the automatic headlights, which turn themselves on when it gets too dark. They react quickly too, so the lights will also help you see or be seen in a tunnel or dingy multi-storey car park. With auto lights fitted, you also benefit from SEAT's leaving home function, which will turn on the headlights as soon as you unlock the vehicle if it's dark enough. Quite a time saver when you can't remember where you left it. Last but not least is an intelligent auto-dimming rear view mirror, which aids comfort and safety when driving at night. No more frantically adjusting the mirror when someone behind you is dazzling you. There's sensors in the unit which instantly darken down the glass, which stops you from getting distracted from all the reflections. For those on a slightly tighter budget, the Leon S Copa is also available, which gets a similarly healthy injection of extra kit. This car adds a number of creature comforts not usually seen on such a basic trim level, building on the success of the S Emotion, which has been a huge seller over the past 2 years. A set of 16-inch alloys are standard, injecting a bit more sportiness to the exterior along with front fog lights. These also include SEAT's neat cornering function, which illuminates just one of the fog lights during low-speed cornering to help you avoid curbs, pedestrians and other obstacles. Inside the car, the S model comes with air conditioning, but the S Copa steps up to dual-zone climate control, which is a lot more sophisticated than you might realise. Rather than adjusting a number of controls, you just need to choose a comfortable temperature and the car will control the fans and other settings to regulate it. What's more, this sensor on the dashboard keeps track of the sun's position and intensity, adding more cool air to the cabin when it would otherwise feel warmer in the cabin. And with dual zone controls, there's no need for squabbling with your front seat passengers, as they can set their own temperature up to 4 degrees either side of the driver's setting. The S Copa also gets Bluetooth phone connection with control either by voice commands or thumb-friendly buttons on the steering wheel. With this system, phone book content and corner information are shown right in the driver's field of vision. Completing the list of helpful upgrades is cruise control, a premium feature that's not even standard on a 1 Series BMW. So the Copa proposition from SEAT has it all. It's a free upgrade of kit that's worth up to £1,045 on the SE, adding to a standard spec list that's already among the market leaders, knocking the competition for 6. Plus a customer discount of £1,000 and the option of 0% finance, and the range of technology-packed engines that raise the bar in efficiency and refinement, whether you're looking at petrol or diesel. With the SEAT Copa range, everything is upgraded, except the price.